The history of the Texas A&M Engineering Extension Service can start in a couple of different ways. In 1919, soldiers were returning from World War I, and Texas A&M noticed that these guys had amazing skills. And so at that time, they started an industrial education program at Texas A&M College, which is the precursor to what we became. We use the date 1948. That is when the Texas Engineering Extension Service came into being. And we're still doing sort of that industrial education. What we primarily focus on now as the Texas A&M Engineering Extension Service is we train firefighters, police officers, public works. We do some work with what we call our knowledge engineering, so cybersecurity, and really sort of continuing education training for the state of Texas, the nation, and now the world. We train all over the world. We do a lot of exciting things within Teex. Of course, fire is our biggest, but at the Rellis campus now, we have a lot of things that happen out there. As I mentioned, police training, that happens out at our Rellis campus. And people know the normal, the cadets, we train police cadets. So everything that involves, traffic stops, firearms, driving. We actually have a high pursuit driving track out there at the Rellis campus. One thing a lot of people don't know about, sort of one of our hidden secrets, is the unexploded ordnance program. On one of the runways, we have an area, well, we have two areas. One is what we call the grid, where they search and they can find unexploded ordnances. Perfectly safe, nothing is armed. And then in another section, another part of the runway, we actually teach students how to blow up unexploded ordnance. So again, very safe. It's a very controlled environment, but frequently people will be at the Rellis campus and think, that's firearms, or I just heard an explosion. Should that be happening? And absolutely, that's some of the training that we do out there. Another thing that I find extremely exciting, if you're at the Rellis campus, you'll notice long lines of public works poles, so electric poles. And we have students almost every day of the year climbing those poles. We train everything from very beginners. Have you ever thought somebody has to learn how to climb those poles, to journeymen? So at the very end of theirs. In fact, I recently talked to some young men who responded to Hurricane Harvey, and they were doing exactly that. They learned on Rellis campus how to climb poles and put them up, run the wires. Now, they're journeymen now, and they went to the coast and did exactly that. They took what they learned at Rellis campus and helped rebuild Rockport. Some of them then went back to their homes in Florida and did the same thing to rebuild their communities there. So we're very proud of the things that we train on the Rellis campus that ultimately help save lives.